What's going on, everybody? Gentleman94 here. Welcome back to the channel and Sci-Fi Wednesdays. And today we are going to be starting a brand new sci-fi kit. Last time we finished the Battlestar Galactica Viper Mark 7, but this time we're going to take it back to a little bit more of a classic sci-fi build. Today we're doing this, the USS Enterprise NCC 1701E. And this is the last of the TNG ships, which we saw in the last 3 TNG movies, which I believe were First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. And this is the one from Star Trek Nemesis, I believe. As you can see here, it's a pretty decent size model. It has a stand with a metal base, so that's cool. And yeah, it's a 1/1400th scale model, and that's an interesting number. Not really used to that, but let's go ahead and get in this kit and see what it looks like. I'm excited to get cracking on another sci-fi build. Okay, so we have 4 basic poly bags. We've got the saucers, bunch of parts, clear parts, and engineering hull. And this is going to be hopefully an easy kit. I have a feeling we're going to spend more time decaling and detail painting than we will assembling this ship. So let's go ahead and take a look at the saucer section and see what it looks like. Use my trusty Kershaw and let's open up this poly bag. There we are. And let's see what we see. Already, just from the brief contact I've had with the plastic, it looks like it's pretty thick. It's very glossy, very, very shiny. I don't know how well this is going to glue, but we'll have to find out. And this is the bottom of the saucer, and you can kind of hopefully see that these locating tabs on the front and the back here, these are the injection molding tabs, I believe. They're huge. They're super thick. And the plastic itself is very thick as well. It's pretty sturdy for what it is. And I don't know about all that. Let's check the top of it here. Oh yeah, again, they've got these weird like sprue hanging things here on the sides and the front of the saucer. Those are going to have to come off very carefully. Now let's zoom in, give you guys a better look. And the detail levels, not bad. We have recessed, looks like windows and portholes and things like that. We have some recessed panel lines. We do have raised details here and there. It doesn't look too bad. Now, if I was going to light this kit, I could drill out these windows, but I'm not going to do that. This is going to be just a straightforward build. No lighting, no electrical. I don't know how to do any of that anyway, so not bad. The saucer section on both sides, decent, thick, but decent plastic. Let's take a look at this here. This is the clear parts and the metal rod for the support. It's nice to have. I don't know how heavy this kit will be, but we'll have to find out when we build it. Clear parts look good. I don't notice any craziness there, but I don't know if we're going to really use the clear parts. We're probably going to paint over them. Anyway, let's move on to the next here. And this is the engineering hull. Let's open it up and see what we have here. And it's pretty standard design for a starship, especially in the Enterprise. You have engineering hull, saucer section, and warp nacelles. That's about it, really. So again, pretty deep trenches here on the panel lines. We have some raised and some recessed detail. It's a different shape as opposed to, like, say, the Enterprise A or, you know, the Enterprise B. This is a very different looking vessel. This is a Sovereign class if you follow the Star Trek lore. And yeah, it looks like it'll go together all right, I guess. It's like kind of like a spade or like a spear point. It's interesting looking. And well, plastic again, pretty thick. I'm gonna have to work on these sections right at the bottom here. It's gonna have to come off and not rip up the plastic. But you know, I don't know. It looks decent though. I think it's gonna be all right. Take a little bit of effort, but I think we can get these glued together and it should be fine. All right, moving on. You have this giant bag of parts. Let's open this up here. And let's see what we have. Wow, this is a lot of parts in here. Okay, well, first thing is this giant, looks like a stand. That's pretty big. Interesting. Yeah, well, we'll have to paint this and check out what we do with that. I think it's gold, at least according to the box. Got some parts that have fallen off the sprue. I don't know what they do or what numbers they are, but we'll figure them out as we go. Let's put that aside. We don't need to stand right now. Here are the engine, I guess, pylons, or nacelle pylons, or nacelles. I've heard different pronunciations. Again, panel line's pretty deep. Here is the, I guess, back fan deck, I guess, for lack of a better term. Not bad, not bad. These are parts for the deflector dish, I want to say, and the hull. Again, panel line's pretty trenchy. And what do we got? Okay, these are the nacelles themselves. They kind of remind me of like a snake or like an eel. It's kind of an interesting looking design, and they'll fit together somewhat like that with some clear parts in the front and on top. So those actually look pretty decent, but some of the moldings are kind of soft. So, and of course the other nacelle as well. And again, kind of soft. And here's a sprue that I've lost a few parts off of. And yeah, it's, again, the parts don't look too bad. Again, they're pretty thick plastic, and the trenches, the panel lines are pretty trench-like, but they're not horrible. I'll give them that. I think it'll be passable for sure. And we're going to probably spend the majority of time painting and decaling this model kit. Putting it together seems pretty straightforward. Now, this is the instruction manual. It's pretty small, pretty easy to read, pretty Spartan, I might add. Let's open it up, see what we have. And it folds out. You can see here we've got saucer section, installation, clear parts going on, warp nacelles, looks like pylons, secondary hull, and then the final assembly. So it's pretty simple. And here is the color painting chart. This is actually really neat. So let's see. Yeah, it's got the bottom, got the middle, and it's got the top. And it's got the different color callouts, decal callouts. So that should be nice to do. Let's go ahead and let's zoom in, and I'll give you a better idea because it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you guys can see this, but we'll go ahead and zoom in and give you a good idea of what we're looking at. So here we go. Looks like, again, different areas call for different colors. This doesn't come with any Aztecing, and that's going to be difficult. So let's look at the decals here. It's a single sheet. We've got the registry numbers. We've got a couple of the accent panels. We've got a ton of escape pods, and then some odds and ends here and there. They're not horrible. They look like they're in registry. I can't really tell. Doesn't look like there's any Aztecing on the colored parts. Maybe a little bit here and there, but it's very, very minor if there's any at all. And that's the thing. Most starships will have a subtle, what they call an Aztec pattern that'll be kind of airbrushed into the surface. This doesn't have those on the decals, and I do not want to make my own masks necessarily. But these escape hatches, the registry numbers, all this is going to have to go on, and we're going to have to go ahead and really detail paint this guy. I have a feeling we'll be doing a lot of work on this, more in the paint phase and not so much in the assembly phase. So the kit itself is not too bad. It's not a lot of poly bags, not a lot of parts or pieces. The plastic seems a little thick. I don't know if that's just me or my imagination, but overall, this kit isn't too shabby. Now, this is an AMT reboxing by round 2. They do a lot of the reboxing of AMT Ertl models, and this, I think, is from the original Nemesis release, I want to say, that AMT did. But it's not horrible. I'm excited to build it. It's got a decent looking shape to it. It's a Sovereign class, so it's a different type of ship. If you kind of follow the lore, it's more or less a warship as opposed to an exploration ship. But anyway, I digress. I'm very excited to go ahead and start working on this guy, and hopefully I'll be able to do this kit justice. We have a lot of things to figure out. I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Till then, guys, take it easy, keep modeling. We'll see you back here next time on Sci-Fi Wednesdays.